welcome to Kit Guru, and today we are going to be looking at the Ornata version 2 Mecha Membrane keyboard from Razer. This is coming in at £99.99 at the moment. Now, most people will be screaming in fear as the words gaming and membrane are mentioned together, but keep calm. I said Mecha Membrane, it's okay. Razer released the Ornata version 1 previously, and it was really popular amongst customers. So let's see what the version 2 has to offer. Okay, stop the show. Let me just ask you one very important question. Who wouldn't want some techie, meme-worthy clothing? I know, right? Everybody wants that, of course they do. So check out our merch down below and become the ultimate guru. It's the only way to become an ultimate guru, by the way. And also, whilst you're checking out what's going on down below, hit the like, ring that bell, subscribe, because if you like what we do here, we only can do it with your participation and support. So for those that already support us and you're doing the above, we would like to say thank you. We really appreciate it. And now we have become all well acquainted, I feel that we can carry on. Packaging is really quite generic on this one. The design and information that is displayed on the back and the front of the box is informative, but there's nothing really special to see here. The box itself though does seem pretty big, so let's have a look to see what's inside. We have the keyboard staring up at us through this protective plastic sheet, and to be honest, it really is well packaged. The sponge sides here are great and stop the whole thing rocking around inside the box. Underneath we have a little bit of a surprise. I wasn't initially expecting to see a rather large wrist rest. This is a nice addition, and I do always prefer to have a wrist rest personally. You also have the classic Razer booklet, and the best bit, stickers. Worth buying Razer products just for that, in my opinion. And it may be my inner 11-year-old sticker fanatic talking, but still. Moving on to what this beast looks like. Even though it is a pretty big keyboard dimension wise, 45 by 14 centimeters with a depth of 3 centimeters, it doesn't weigh as much as I expected, roughly coming in at 800 grams, which I think feels pretty light for what it is. The underneath has nice wire routing options and an uncluttered and clean design. The keys have a really nice satin feel, but unfortunately, as you know, I'm not really a fan of shiny textures. Even though this is a satin design, it's not fully gloss. I'm still not a huge fan. It doesn't cause slippage, but it is still a little bit of a grease magnet. The body of the keyboard has a kind of mottled texture, but it's all plastic. There isn't any different materials used for detailing, which in my opinion does make the whole thing feel pretty cheap. The keys do light up with RGB, but the buttons are really dark and the letters are in this very thin font. They don't really let the light through very well, even on max settings. Now, this would be great if you're a fan of a subtle RGB, but as you all probably know, and some of you hate the fact that I like it, but I do. I love RGB as bright as possible, and that is just me. So, but if you guys like something a little more subtle and a bit duller, then this is definitely for you. The cable is a really generic weave and it is not detachable. It does tend to kink rather easily, and a lot of keyboards tend to go for this like thinner braid, but it does mean that it creates these like sharp mountains in the wire that doesn't seem to want to flatten down or go away, so that's kind of frustrating. The wrist rest is really attractive with the etched in logo in the middle and the leatherette material. It looks really classy. Being magnetic as well also means it won't flail around when you're moving your wrists or getting excited when you're gaming. Since we're talking about how things feel, I think it's worth mentioning again that those keys are not slippery, and that's really quite impressive considering that they are by no means matte. So that's a real plus for me. The tactile responsiveness of the keys really does almost feel like mechanical switches. It could even pass for a mechanical clicky switch. They even sound nice audibly. Satisfying, but not too loud. I'm not getting the dreaded dull feedback you normally get from a generic membrane keyboard. which obviously is a relief to say the least. And talking of how these keys sound though, there is almost a rattle or a spring sound that occurs when you press the backspace, the space and the enter key. If you press it quickly, it doesn't really seem to happen with most of the other keys. Scroll wheel is a nice touch and it is incremental, meaning you can roll it up or down one notch at a time to get exactly the volume you want. Great for nerds like me that can't stand to have the volume on an uneven number. You can also click it in to toggle mute on or off. The media keys are a great addition too, and there really isn't anything missing on this keyboard in regards to key functionality. You can control pretty much everything here, including gaming mode, LED brightness, sleep mode, and loads more. In regards to the angle of the keyboard, you have 3 levels of adjustment: flat, small feet extended, or fully raised. These are all pretty comfortable, and I'm sure that most people could find a comfortable typing angle, but for me personally, it feels as if something isn't quite right and I can't really put my finger on it. It's really weird. If you have one of these keyboards and you know what I mean, let us know down in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. The wrist rest itself isn't overly soft. There really isn't much cushion in there. It's pretty thin and it certainly isn't memory foam. Let's have a look now at some key features. I guess we have to start with that Mecha Membrane technology. So Razer have made this keyboard as a hybrid to bring together the benefits of membrane keyboards and mechanical switches. And you may be familiar with the previous version of the Ornata. What benefits does the Mecha Membrane have, and what does it mean to the average user? The original Razer Ornata Chroma was launched with the intention to create hybrid typing and gaming experience. The Razer Hybrid Mecha Membrane technology was created to develop precision and added comfort. Razer combined the cushioning typing experience from the membrane layer with the tactility and feedback of a clicky switch, typically found in mechanical keyboards. In a nutshell, this gives you a totally different experience in regards to how it feels to type, and to be honest, I really quite like it. I wasn't expecting to like it, but I do. Now, you may be thinking, why buy the new version though, when the previous version is like, what, 36 quid cheaper on Razer's own website? Well, to make your decision easier, here are some of the things that have been added to the version 2. The Ornata version 2 has brought in dedicated media keys and that volume scroll wheel. As another bonus, these media keys share the same hybrid Mecha Membrane technology as the rest of the keys. The media keys were not previously an option on the version 1 at all, so that is really a big plus. There is now the new cable routing options that you can choose from underneath, which means there is less restriction as to how you can incorporate this keyboard into your existing setup. On the software side, there are some new lighting effects, ambient awareness, audio meter, and Razer have also added to the list of integrated games, including Apex Legends, Fortnite, Warframe, Overwatch, Remnant from the Ashes, Final Fantasy XIV, Black Desert, and that's to name a few. The version 2 is also compatible with Razer Chroma RGB backlighting, which gives you far more customizable lighting options than just the Razer Synapse alone. The keys are low profile on the version 2, whereas the keys on the version 1 are mid-height, and come to think of it, this is probably what feels slightly odd to me. As mentioned earlier, it is a totally different ergonomic position than I'm used to, but some people prefer this than the higher profile. I am personally used to the higher profile, so I prefer that. With the new low profile though on the version 2, it has a sleeker design to look at in comparison to the previous model too. Saving the best till last though, and this is a biggie. So the version 1 has 10 key rollover anti-ghosting, but version 2 has N key rollover, as well as having 1000 Hz ultra polling. This is the clincher really, and this alone is worth the extra pennies. On a side note, even though the ornate version 2 is USB only, it is also compatible with Xbox One for basic input. I personally love Razer software. You probably have seen it before. There really is no faffing about. You just plug, download and play. It's even easier if you already have a Razer product and the software is already installed. It's literally plug and play. But if you've not seen it before, then here it is again. This is the first page you will see, and if you have any other Razer products, they will show up here. Here you will see other products that are plugged in, but we're going to click on the Ornate version 2. Here you can see your keyboard and all of the keys. If you click on a key, you can see all of the options for that key, macros, functions, etc. It's all pretty self-explanatory. Hypershift gives you more options that you can set up as you wish, and as you can see, there's the explanation here. On the next tab you have your basic lighting, but when you click onto the Chroma Studio you have a huge range of effects and customizable options, and on the left you can see the presets and the new ones that have been added with the version 2. Okay, I know that is a lot of information for you to take in, and it was for me too, so let's break this down into pros and cons. So pros to start with, well, it's well packaged, it's lighter than expected, it's got an included wrist rest, it's nice and simple in design, there's no slippage whatsoever, there's satisfying feedback from the keys, and there's a volume scroll wheel that is incremental as well, there's an improved list of integrated games, cable routing options on the bottom, 1000 Hz polling rate, N key rollover, compatible with Xbox One for basic input, and it's not that expensive for what it offers really, in my opinion. Some cons, because we can't really have a perfect keyboard, we've got to pick it apart somehow. So it is quite chunky. There is a generic kinky cord that kind of gets really irritating. It is a bit of a grease magnet, slight rattle on some keys when you press them quickly, and a rather dull RGB. The low profile could be a pro for some, but for me it felt a bit weird. So in conclusion, I think the Ornata version 2 Mecha Membrane keyboard is a great hybrid keyboard. There's always been a stigma about membrane that brings a level of fear to any gamer, and that usually lurks around the fact that the rollover issues and the lack of tactility, but the Mecha Membrane technology really is another class of its own. It offers a totally unique experience and delivers all the specs that you could want or need with a really reasonable price to match. In my opinion, it could be a little prettier with a larger font to let that RGB light through, some metal accents or some other materials to change things up a bit and give the keyboard a bit of depth, but all in all the Ornata version 2 isn't very expensive, so I can understand that they probably had to make some sacrifices along the way to deliver you such great spec. In regards to the question, is the version 2 worth the extra 36 quid? I would say yes, with an exclamation point. So what do you think of the Ornata version 2 Mecha Membrane keyboard? Has it surprised you? It has me. Let us know in the comments section below. I'm Christina, this is Kit Guru. You better be in the next video. See you next time.